Welcome to the Know, I'm Meg Turney, here's your Tuesday Roundup. Square Enix considers Final Fantasy XV make or break for the series, and now a new interview with the game's director is revealing some of the game's tortured development. Speaking with 4Gamer, Hajime Tabata said that many of the company were afflicted with a Final Fantasy disease, which kept them from seeing what the franchise had become. Maybe like the chocobo bird flu? That's an easy joke. Elaborating on this disease, Tabata said it refers to people within the company who can't imagine anything other than their own view of Final Fantasy. When Tabata came on board, he had to tell the team, "We're not special, wake up." He went on to say that if the series doesn't modernize, it could die. Now this all comes after comments the director made earlier this year where he called Final Fantasy a dying brand that may have already peaked. We'll see if bro road trips are the way to bring the series back from the brink when it finally comes out this September. God, tough love, man, but I like it. While we're on the subject of franchises that may have already peaked, we've also got the official word that a new Gran Turismo game is coming out. Does anyone care? I'm sure 5 of you will tell me in the comments that you do. Polyphony and Sony announced over the weekend that Gran Turismo Sport will make its debut later this year on November 15th, 2016. GT Sport will not only be a racing game, but it's going to be the first racing game sanctioned by the highest governing body of international motorsports, the FIA, which is the Federation International Automobile. So there's that. Getting the game out by the end of the year did mean one substantial cut, of course. The promised beta won't be coming after all. What is new? Series creator Kazunori Yamauchi broke the news to video gamers saying that there just wasn't enough time to master the beta and get the game out. So hopefully that doesn't bite you in the ass, you guys, because the whole game is basically an online esport. But hey, if it means more finished game, I'm all for it. Axanar, the Star Trek fan film with a troubled legal past, is back in the headlines, only this time, it's good news! After being sued by CBS for raising $1 million in crowdfunding for their Star Trek prequel on Indiegogo and Kickstarter, it seems the film's creators might have been bailed out by none other than J.J. Abrams and Justin Lin, who's the new director of Star Trek Beyond. Speaking at a fan event over the weekend, Abrams announced that CBS would be dropping the lawsuit because it set a bad precedent for the treatment of fans. Apparently, Lin himself was instrumental in taking the issue up with the studio, so hats off to you guys. Alec Peters, the creator of the project, hasn't gotten his hopes up just yet. Now, he was in the audience for the announcement and actually had no idea they were dismissing the case. That's just pretty cool. He said he's currently cautiously optimistic about the future of his fan movie and that it totally wasn't ripping off Star Trek in the first place. So, subdued, cautious yays. Subdued, cautious yays all around. Whatever, subdued. It's my new fan film. Despite the less than stellar reviews for XMen Apocalypse, it's getting butts in seats, so hey, that's good. The film has already reportedly raked in over $100 million internationally ahead of its US release this weekend. That $101.5 million places it ahead of the previous X-Men film, Days of Future Past, in the same time frame. Now, while that sounds great for X-Men, they may have an unexpected contender in the form of the Angry Birds movie to go up against, which for some reason is absolutely killing it in theaters. Parents know it. They take their kids to see it. The mobile app movie brought in just $55 million this weekend, which knocked Civil War off the top spot and brought the total box office to 150 worldwide. Good job, Rovio. Lots of claps today. Considering the company basically went all in to get the film made, it's good payoff. So far, we can thank Angry Birds for the inevitable slew of mobile movies coming up, like the upcoming Fruit Ninja, because fuck it, why not? Still holding out for a Flappy Birds movie? No, I am not. Robots are doing just about everything these days, but making movies, and now we've got a new type of robo-occupation to add to the list. Australia is now rolling out robot shepherds to keep an eye on livestock, monitor the animals' health, and ensure they have enough pasture to graze on. Those robo-shepherds are going to be joining robo-farmers in the country who have already been monitoring crops and digging up weeds. I need one in my front yard. Don't worry though, they're not taking the jobs of humans. This change in workforce is actually being led by Australia's farmers, who are having a tough time replacing lost workers and need help taking care of huge sprawls of land. That's how it all begins. Apparently, the robots being used in the trial are able to herd anywhere from 20 to 150 cattle, which is going to be good training for when they do that to humans. Speaking of machines taking out humans, Google's got a new patent that makes it a little less lethal if their self-driving car decides to run one of us over. The patent, which is pretty ridiculous, involves a pedestrian who is hit by a car who then gets stuck to the hood using flypaper-like material. The sticky material would, in theory, prevent further injury by preventing the second impact. The second impact in pedestrian accidents is often just as dangerous as the initial impact because it involves hitting the concrete after being thrown forward from the car. But not with Google's automated cars. No, they'll just hold on to you and never let you go. Not even into the ambulance to save your life. Time to imagine a bizarre future where Google cars are driving around with their own screaming humans attached to the hood. Beautiful, beautiful meat hood ornaments. Whatever, I'm making up words today. Hopefully, we've got some time before Google's cars turn into human fly traps because of heartwarming stories like this one. A police officer in Cleveland, Ohio donated his Pokemon card collection to a 9-year-old boy who had his own collection stolen. The young Pokemon fan, Bryce, was robbed of his Pokemon cards while walking to a friend's house. Who robs a 9-year-old? Only a piece of shit. Police eventually caught up to the thief, who I'm now calling Shitty McShitpants, but not before he'd already offloaded the cards. You crafty Shitty McShitpants. However, Officer Jimmy Goldenrath of the Cleveland Police Department's 4th District stepped in, digging up his own box of old Pokemon cards and handing them over. Apparently, one of the cards was an ancient Mew, which Bryce was very excited about. Aw, were you even alive when they gave those out at movie theaters? Goldenrath said, quote, "It's a priceless item, but it's better to see someone else smile in my book." Just hits you right in the feels, motherboard guys. Gotta feel small. So that does it for Tuesday's Roundup. Let us know what you think of Gran Turismo Sport, Final Fantasy, Chocobo, Bird, Flu, and mobile app movies down in the comments down below. For all your latest updates from the geeky side of the internet, or geeky side like I've done today, like this video and subscribe to the know. The patent, which is seriously ridiculous, involves a pedestrian who was hit by a car who got stuck pedestrian who is hit by a car getting stuck. Got it. We'll see if the road trips are the way to bring the series back to the forefront when it comes out this September. Man, that is a lot of tough love. While we're on the subject, by the way,